Hi everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome to the beginning of my savings, budgeting, and YouTube journey. I am here to represent the hardworking, low-income single parents. On this channel, I experiment with different budgeting styles, savings goals, and I share the strategies I learn as I go. So if that sounds interesting at all to you, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to follow my journey. Don't forget that notification bell if you want to follow the journey from start to greatness, because that's the goal. Make sure not to miss any of the episodes. So I have a few updates for you guys. I have good news and I have bad news, and I have just plain old changes as always. The first thing that I want to start with is I sat down and I thought about it, and I definitely did September's budget way too soon. So I might have to change that, because for me, September doesn't start on September 1st. It starts on September 13th. So I might have to redo that. Again, this is the beginning of my journey, so there will be times that I make mistakes. So I might have to redo September, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, here to do my pre-payday prep. So today on Saturdays, I can find out in my employer's website what my paycheck will be for the upcoming Wednesday. So I did that this morning and I wrote it down. So now I can kind of plan out the week and plan how much I want to withdraw, what'll go sinking funds, fixed expenses, etc., etc. So let's get started and I'll talk you through the rest as we go. So this paycheck will be for August 30th. That'll be the payday, and it will go through, oops, wrong date. It'll go through the 12th. Okay, and this is my pre-payday prep. And I do this because sometimes things can change from now to Wednesday, and if so, I always update you guys on any changes at the cash stuffing. So I'll do my cash stuffing. The plan is to do it on the 30th. On payday. Sometimes I do it the day after, though. It just depends on the schedule. I like to break down my paychecks bi-weekly with these fixed expenses. So this paycheck, since it's the third one for me in August is a special month. It's a 3 payday month. This one would technically be the third paycheck, and this I would name paycheck C. But in order to make it easier for me, I had to remember that I'm paying the items that are listed under B. So most of these need to get paid. The only thing that I've changed is I sat down and did a paycheck to paycheck budget instead. So this will be my first time trying that. The cheat sheet is still a reference. I definitely still use that. So let me show you what I did for September's budget, just because this paycheck goes well into September. So I wrote down my paydays here. I am going to be adding planning elements to my channel, so I wanted to show you this. I did add some stickers, so that's updated from September's monthly budget. But you'll see I put in all the bill due dates, my pay dates, and just some little notes. And I also did kind of a prep breakdown for what bills are due in which pay period. So we are on C right now. So I'll go over C/B. I hope you understand that. If you've watched my videos up till now, you'll definitely understand what I mean by that. So I was able to find out that my paycheck on the 30th will be, sadly, $13.57. So I like to start here in the middle because I'm going to branch off. So it's going to be $13.57. My last pay period, I decided I was going to start budgeting with $1,400. And of course, it would be the pay period after where that is not the case. So for the last 6 months, my paycheck has been at least $1,400. This time it was a little lower, and I am almost 100% sure that is because I changed my tax deductions. I wanted to take off all deductions because last year when I got my tax refund, it was not as much as I usually get, and that was because they weren't taking any federal out. Not sure why, but I changed my taxes so they will be taking out more, and that is just so that I can get more when my tax refund comes. Some people like to have more throughout the year. I would like to have a big tax refund check, and that is because I use that check to supplement my car note throughout the year. So watch that video if you have not had a chance to do so yet, and you'll understand better why I like to have a bigger lump sum than to have more throughout the year. I went and checked the bank account right now. I did my calculations, made sure I had my buffer, and I have the $430 that will go towards mortgage. That's in my bank account now from my last pay period. So subtracting that, I still have a rollover of $34 that I'm expecting. So we're gonna add the $34 to the $1,357. So if you've been following my journey, you'll understand what I mean when I say that I put my cheat sheet back down to $1,300 to for the bi-weekly budget. So you'll see it was $1,400 just for one pay period, and that's what I get for blabbing my mouth off. Now it's gone back to the $1,300. This is a binder I made. It's full of sheets that I made and cheat sheets that I made for myself to kind of stay on top of the budget. But so you'll see here the bi-weekly breakdown. I have put that back down to $1,300. So my always fund is still going to be something I'm going to try to reach for, but I might not always make it at least through the end of this year. But we'll see. And you'll see how I calculated what's left in my bill bank account to get me the $34 left. Was going to go to utilities, so I just added that right in so it can go to the utilities sinking fund. All right, so back to the budget. So we're here at the $1,391, so that's the total that I'll be budgeting with. I always start with savings. Savings is automatically taken out. I do want you guys to leave me a comment and let me know, do you guys like to see me do my handwritten budgets, or do you want to see me fill out my worksheet? I always have to do it this way first. I don't have to do it on camera, of course. But I always have to do this first in order for it to make sense for me. It's just how my brain works. So that brings us to $1,216. All right, and then I'd like to give myself some space so that I know where each dollar is going. So my savings automatically goes to 3 separate accounts. $100 goes to emergency fund. $50 goes for my daughter's savings, and $25 goes into my car note savings / checking account. So my car note comes out of that account, and I contribute $25 every pay period. So that brings us down to zero. I am a zero-based budgeter. I like for every dollar to have a place that my brain can remember it goes. Okay, and that brings us down to $1,216. And then fixed expenses, I moved a few things around. So fixed expenses is going to get $707. So fixed expenses usually gets an average of $680, but it's getting a little bit more because I have additional bills coming out, and I decided to move grocery over to the fixed expenses, and that's because my fixed expenses are taken out of my bill account. I have gone back to doing grocery pickup. It is saving me money because I spend a little bit more time in my cart deciding what we really need and what we don't need, and also I'm not tempted to go into the store and buy things we don't need. So I've gone back to grocery pickup, at least for now. Things change a lot for me, so I'm going to take that off of the top. That's grocery. Okay, and then I always pay allowance, my mortgage. So that's half of the mortgage. The other half is already in the bank account. I take out $430 every 2 weeks. And I also like to do these little check boxes here so that when I do my midweek check-in or I go in to check my balance, I know what is pending and what's already been paid. So this is when I pay it, and this is when the creditor or whoever takes the money out. So that's just a reminder. I'm gonna put a little exclamation mark here because I have to remember I pay all my bills on payday, just as an always thing, but I just want to make sure I don't forget because mortgages obviously due on the 1st. So I want to make sure that that gets paid ASAP on time. All right, and then we have Klarna's coming out, $14. Should probably put the due dates. Let's do that. This is due on the 1st. This is due on the 1st. Okay. And then I usually, it's just so that I can keep track of the expenses for this pay period. So when I look back next pay period, I'll know what I paid or didn't. I'm still going to put in car insurance, even though there's nothing due this month. So that would normally be due on the 2nd. So car insurance is 0. Also, internet is not due. It would normally be paid in this pay period, but I've already paid it. That would normally be due on the 3rd. So again, this paycheck is going from August 30th to September 12th. So I want to make sure all those bills are written here so that I can keep track. And then $60 is going to the water bill. So I do have a sinking fund for the water bill. This one's due. Let me double check when it's due. It is due on the 8th and it's $59.03, so I'm just gonna round that to $60. Oh, the sinking fund that I have for this, I only have $50 in there, not $60. So normally every pay period I have an always fund, which I started last pay period. So instead of contributing $100 to the always fund, I'm gonna contribute $90 so that 10 of that can go to the water bill. I'll leave extra money in the bank account instead of withdrawing it. And I'm just gonna move that $50 into another sinking fund. That way I don't have to put the water bill money in the bank account. I can just leave what's already there and use what I have on hand to update a sinking fund. And the last one is $8 for Amazon. So Amazon is so cheap for me because I closed my Amazon account and they offered me a discount to come back. So that's what I'm doing. Netflix is also $8 for me because I have the one with the ads. I don't mind it at all. 707, let's see. 707 minus 175 minus 20. $0. That's what we like to see. All right, and then what's next? Variable funds is next. Variable funds is going to get $231. So it normally gets $425. And you'll see that here. It normally gets $425. Well, since I took out grocery and I'm going to contribute some of my entertainment fund to a sinking fund instead for fun, so that we can use that for traveling to the state fair, then it's a little less than normal. So variable funds is going to get a total of $231, and that is going to go to the funds. Variable funds are things that stay in my wallet that we're going to use throughout the week. Okay, so $231. The first thing is personal gets $25. Home gets $25. So household. Gas is going to get $50, and I was for the past couple pay periods using my credit card to pay the gas so I could get points, but I'm not doing that anymore because once I started using my credit card, so we're just gonna go ahead and forget the points and be safe and leave the credit card for emergencies because I hate paying the bill. Rather just pay for things in cash because it adds up fast. All right, so gas gets $50, dining gets $50, miscellaneous gets $50. I honestly don't think I'll need that much in gas, but I'd rather just have it add up for now because I still have like 3/4 full still. So let's see, 231 minus 25, 25, 50, 50, 50, 31, 0. That's what we like. Okay, and I decided to take some from entertainment here to put into our fun sinking fund again. That's going to be so that we can go to the state fair and have some fun this week. All right, so let's do 509 minus 231. It's going to be 278 we have left. All right, 278, and then I was able, since I have that much money left afterwards, I am able to do my always fund. So yay, I did not think I was going to be able to do that at all, especially when I saw how much the paycheck was going to be. So, oops, I forgot my little 90 here. Whatever. So, $90. So we're going to subtract $35 goes into my daughter's hair fund, which is labeled beauty. $15 goes into pet. $15 goes into car maintenance, or I think I renamed it emergency car care. This is not necessary, but since I have a separate envelope for other car maintenance issues, I want to make sure I don't get confused. So emergency car care gets 15. Vacation is getting 15, and subscriptions is getting 10. So 278 minus 90 is 188. Let me just make sure these add up to 90. So 90 minus 35 minus 15 minus 15 minus 15 minus 10. 0. Perfect. Okay, and then I can do sinking funds, $135. Right? So let's put that, I'm running out of space. Let's see. $135 for sinking funds. I decided that I wanted to put the whole thing into our fun sinking fund. That's just so that I can have $200 saved for us going to the state fair. I'll show you guys the budget for the fair in a minute, because the goal is $200, right? So I have $135 here from the sinking fund contribution. Let's see. So I need $65 left, and then I have 40 in there right now, currently, and that leaves me with 25. So the good thing is, right now in our entertainment fund, it says date night, but it's entertainment. They didn't have a small entertainment one. So I'm actually going to take this $25 right from our entertainment currently and put that into our fun sinking fund. That's just because I know we're not going to spend any money between now and Wednesday on entertainment. So that is in our family binder. So let's add that now so that I don't forget later. So you'll see it has $40 in there now. Let's make sure, because sometimes I forget to write things down. Yep, it has 40, and now it has 65. Today is the 26th. So this is rollover. And we're adding 25. That brings us to $65. So we will have, once I add the other amount, we will have $200 in here to spend for fun. Perfect. All right, and I am still loving my little makeshift wallet. So these little envelopes I got from Soul Mama on Amazon. What I did was I cut off the bottom. All you have to do is get one of the wallets that you already have, cut the bottom off, and it fits right in there. So if you don't have money to buy all the wallets or whatever, just buy one pack. I think it came with 12 envelopes, and it came with the inserts, and it came with the stickers. So boom, that's all you need. All right, so what do we have left after that? 188 minus 135 sinking fund. We have $53 left, and that is going to go to savings challenges. Savings challenges. And that'll bring us down to 0. So I'll just write it right here. Ooh. Yep, that's what I get. All right, so $53 for savings challenge. We're gonna put $48 into our succulent challenge because that's the next one we have to fill. It's my goal to always put in the budget, the savings challenge, at least for this one. It's the plan. The way the budget is looking, it might not always happen, but the next one to fill is $48, so that's what I'm putting in. Honestly, I don't know how any of those savings challenges will get done if I don't budget it in as of right now. There are talks about contracts being renewed and updated and raises coming, so we'll see. So $48 will go into the succulent challenge, and then $5 will go into our gold coin $1 challenge. Okay, and that'll bring me down to 0. Yay. So that brings me down to 0. And I do like to color coordinate this. Makes it easier when I look back at it. So let me do that now. There you go. And then I also, now that I have all these binders, I also like to color code that was not necessary. I also like to color code each of these to remind me of which envelopes they go to. The savings challenges all go into the same one, so that's fine. Variables will all go into my wallet, but these two sinking funds, I like to coordinate where they will go. So the always fund, I should have just made it orange. Next time I will. Oop. Always fund is that color. Fun goes into our little blue one, our family one. So I'm just gonna put this little blue star there. So that is it for the pre-payday prep. The update, I gave you the bad for the change in the pay, and about the always fund not always being able to be contributed to. Maybe we'll see. And the good news is I checked the mail yesterday and I was like, I hope this is a check, but I feel like I say that every time I get mail. So it wasn't like a special thing, but I was very happy that finally it was. So I got a check for $380, and that is from my warranty company. I got in a car accident July 4th, and my financing company sent me a letter a while ago, and they were like, we're gonna try to get your money back from any car warranties that you have. And I did have one, but I didn't expect anything. You guys know that I don't plan on money until I have the money, and I didn't think they were going to be able to get any money either. But I did get a paycheck for $380.22, and I'm going to use that to pay off my credit card. So I originally said in my September budget that I thought my credit card balance was about $300, and I guess I still had some pending transactions, so it is a total of $374.37. So I am going to use that whole check to pay off the $374.37, and there'll be a balance of like $585 that I'll just leave in the bill account as adding to the buffer, because you'll see when I did this, there's no buffer in here. Usually there's always at least a $10 to $20 buffer in each account, but I didn't plan for a buffer this time. Right now there's a buffer of $75 in each account. So yay, blessing, because that money for paying that credit card off, I wanted to have it done by September, and I will have it done just before. So I did a mobile deposit. I didn't have a chance to get to the bank today, so I just did it mobile, and it should be ready by Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll take that money and just move it right over and pay off that credit card. Big relief, because now instead of making a credit card payment with any extra funds that I have, which I've been trying to do, because September is when the interest will occur. And somebody in the comments of my last video said that sometimes when they do that 1 year interest free, they end up adding all the interest in once, you know, your 1 year is up. So that would suck if everything that I had spent over the year, if all the interest from that just popped up in September. So huge huge relief. So the good news definitely outweighs the bad news, because the bad news really isn't even that bad now that I think about it, because I'm going to get that money back eventually. Well, most of it. I mean, we know how taxes work, right? I'm going to show you this real quick. I'll probably just speed it up so I can show you moving from the written out sheet to this one, because I moved in here to make it easier for some people to see and for myself to look back on and to close out. I did do a semi closeout on my last paycheck. So I wrote down the categories and what days I did not spend. Now, let's be clear, let's be honest. This is only variable expenses. So all I did was look at my trackers from these envelopes that I keep in my wallet, and I wrote down the days that I spent and what I spent and put little check marks for each thing that I spent. So it doesn't include anything, any bills that come out of my bill account. So I guess technically you can't count that. And also it doesn't include anything that I use my credit card for. I went to the Dollar Tree and Five Below. We did get some school supplies. I got some office supplies and I got some planner supplies. So Five Below and Dollar Tree though, so I didn't go crazy. I was able to get a lot for what I purchased. And so these are just the few no spend days for the variable expenses. Next pay period, I'll do the same thing to see what's left, though that one will be a little bit more honest because I will not be using my credit card. So there's probably a glare again. Let me take it out so you can see. So where's September? September's down here. Okay, this is from the Budget Mom too. This one I did have to pay for. It was just a couple dollars on her website. I found it through Pinterest, so I don't know what the actual website is, but I just clicked it and I was able to purchase this. I got some other of her sheets too, but that's it. And then I just put down, oh, I changed that because it was going to go to Christmas. That $25 that I had left in entertainment was going to go to Christmas, but I decided it's going to go to fun. Right, and then fun had $40. We're adding 25, so it now has 65. Okay, and I didn't write down my ending balances yet in here because I don't know what it is. I won't do that until the day before I get paid, but you'll see my beginning balances here. So these are for my savings account, my sinking funds challenges, and her saving account. That's what it was at the beginning of last pay period, not the month. This is just a bi-weekly closeout. What happened to my monthly closeouts? Not in here. Oh, duh. It's not time for the monthly closeout yet because we still have this last paycheck in August. So these are sheets that I made for myself. I'm thinking about selling them. I have a plan, you guys. I have things coming up. So sorry for that dying raptor sound. I don't know why I just sound like a dinosaur in danger, but I thought my camera died. It just gave me that low power warning, so I thought it died. Whew, I didn't miss anything. I went back to check. But anyway, I do have some changes. I have some updates coming, so stay tuned. Let me just go ahead and get into writing out my worksheet and showing you guys that so you can see a little bit more clearly what the plan is for the 30th through the 12th. So the $380 from my warranty refund is gonna pay I'll just round it to $375 from my credit card. All right, and then that $5 is gonna go to buffer. All right, so this will be debt. Right, I'll just make that yellow. There we go. All right, and then the rollover was $34. Okay, so that's $13.57. I'm not counting the rollover from entertainment because it's in cash. It was in cash and it's still in cash. So Just not gonna confuse myself with that. So $17.71. So before I even forget, I'm gonna hop right to debt. And we're gonna put my credit card of $3.75. And we're also gonna put buffer $5. And that's just so I don't forget, so my brain figures it out. All right, so savings comes out first. So 1771 minus 175 is 1596. I will be so happy if I get this right the first time. This one's a little bit different, so I'm only doing the bills due within this pay period. I kind of did a hybrid of doing the bills within this pay period and my cheat sheet method. So, all right, so that brings that up to 712. All right, so 1596 minus 712 is 884 remaining. Okay, variable fund. $231, $653. I guess I really should have put Klarna over here because it's a debt, right? Whatever, too late now. $653 minus $375. Next time I will. $278. I'm not used to having extra debts, so maybe that's why I forgot it. $653 minus $278 is $375 left. That does not seem right, but we're gonna keep going. Always Fund is getting $90, and then it's $285 left. Nope, already don't feel right. First of all, why did I put $278 up there? There you go. Why? I don't know. All right, it is $375. So 653 minus 375 is 278. That's a little bit more right. So 278 minus 90 is 188. That's right. Ooh, I caught it earlier than usual, at least. That was in real time, y'all. All right, 188. I was supposed to put $51 in utilities. That's okay. It got lost in the sauce somewhere. That's fine. It's not fine, really. Oh, you know what? I figured it out. Because, see, that's another thing that I need to put down here that's important. Note to self. We're going to move what's in water bill, $50, to my new utilities sinking fund. Let me do that now, actually, instead of waiting. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place, but I figured it out and then I just forgot. So this is why I'm glad I write it out. If I waited until payday, I would be a mess, Lord. Our water fund, and I did this because I just want to pay it with, I just want to pay the water bill with funds that are already in there instead of depositing the money and then taking it back out. It just didn't make sense. Here's our water fund. Oh, these came. I don't think you guys saw these. I don't think you saw the new inserts that I put in. I got these from Soul Mama, of course. Shout out to Soul Mama. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just love the envelopes. So I put these in there. You guys did not get to see these. This I got from Dollar Tree, these little stickers. Of course, they didn't have a subscription sticker. So, yay, those are in there. All right, let's see. So we're gonna take the $50 here in water. Oh, and I decided to start a sinking fund for utilities instead of paying extra because they would not let me pay anymore. They were like, you have a credit, ma'am, stop. But I want to add more because wintertime is coming and it gets really cold here. So want to make sure I have enough in there. So we're just moving this $50 to utility sinking fund. So y'all thought y'all was gonna get me to stop, but you're not. I'm just gonna find my way around it. All right, and I've never contributed to this before. This is a new one. I don't know why they say beginning balance. The beginning balance is 0. Oh, maybe because every month people change these. I don't do that, so. This is gonna be from rollover. Maybe I should put the money in there. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, that's $50. So, I mean, I have my ups and I have my downs, but I'm very happy that I'm so happy I started sinking fund. This is probably the best decision I've made all year. You know, we had a lot going on this year, but if it wasn't for sinking funds and paying attention to my budget, I probably would have just gave up on a lot of stuff and just said, forget it, I'm just going to use my credit card for the rest of the year. But nope, we're paying that thing off and we're going to put it away and hopefully not have to use it for Christmas. Sinking funds, the only thing that's going to get sinking funds is fun. It used to be called summer activities, but I'm going to use it all year. So I just didn't, and I was going to make different ones. Like I was going to make seasonal ones, but fun is good enough. So the budget for fun is $135. 188 minus 135. It's $53. It's not that hard to make a 3. All right, and then that's gonna go to my succulent challenge. $48 is due, and then my $1 gold coin challenge. And the gold coin challenge, I decided I am using that for a giveaway for you guys. So that's it for that. So the Seriously Saving Budget worksheet is done. We are down to our 0 for a zero-based budget. The buffer is only $5 this time, and that's only for one account. That'll be for my bill account. And that's only because that'll be what's left over of the check after I pay my credit card. So that has already been deposited in my bill account. It has not cleared yet though. So once it clears, I'll be sure to pay that credit card ASAP. I'm hoping it clears before the 1st so that I don't get any of that scary interest. Let me show you my last paycheck, my last pay period sheet. I stayed on track with all of these, so the only thing I didn't write down is the rollover that I had left. Everything else is 0. We spent 25. I know we had 25 left, so we spent 35. Right, so then that 25 went to fun, sinking fun. Whatever. I'm not good at closing out. The closing out is the money that I planned on spending, I spent it. Case closed. That's it. All right, that is it for me today.